Good morning, everyone. It's feeding time in the house. Yes, it doesn't just extend to the barn. Hi, girl. Come on down. My old timer here. She can't hurt. She's going blind, so she has to take. Come on, you can do it. You got this. Come on. Come on. She goes everywhere I go, just about. And when it gets really cold, like it has been the last few days, she's, I think I'll stay in the house. You go to the barn by yourself. Here's Midnight. She's still with us. Midnight, I found her when she was a teeny tiny little chick. She got stepped on by one of our horses by accident. And I heard from the porch, I heard them going, that's when you're in tune with your animals. You know, something's in distress. Well, should I go? We're way out here in the wild. Here's Ozzy. Ozzy's the only one around right now. The other three have gone to roam the perimeter. No jumping up, Ozzy. He's one of our latest, he's the latest rescue. Oh, he's going in. Oh, no. Come on, Ozzy. Come on. Come on out. He's a foxhound. He's got the eye. He's got one eye. He came like that. Looks like the universe. Very interesting. So, of course, he can't see out of that eye. But, hey, wait. What? When he first got here, you couldn't touch him. Come on. He was so skinny and... Oh. No, that's not your food, Maddie. That's the food of Midnight. My granddaughter and a niece of mine named Midnight. She survived. She stays in the house. She loves a pillow over there, which, see right there, that's where she stays most of the time. She likes, and that's the other thing. You have to clean up the poop all the time. Ozzy, that's why he doesn't get to come in the house. Ozzy, are you hungry? Are you hungry? Should I feed you? But look how beautiful he looks now. He was so skinny and... Hey, off. Come on now. I think if I'd leave him here in the house... He would, he's almost tore this down. You're gonna have to wait. Oh, he went right back outside. So when I feed everyone here, what am I stepping on here? Dog food. Where are my scissors? They have to sit before they get their food. Ozzy! He must have been so abused. When we found him, he was just skin and bones. I need another pack. All right, let's see here. Yum. Ozzy, out. He's like, look, I'm waiting. All right, hang on. He not even now, he doesn't know the difference between being disciplined for something and, okay, come on. That one, see? He doesn't know when he's being disciplined for something, or are we trying to chase him off? Most likely, as he has been. All right, you guys sit. Ozzy, sit. Ozzy, can you sit? Ozzy, sit. He's like, okay, I'm quiet. Okay, that's good enough. I'm holding it. I would have helped him to sit but my hands were full, so it's all right. There doesn't need to be, but he calmed down. Maddie, gonna sit? Sit? Maddie, sit? Maddie, you have to sit. You're not Ozzy. Maddie, sit. Sit. No. No. You're not going to get away with it. Sit. 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 Patience. Sit. 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 No, all the way. Sit. Sit. You're on camera. Sit. 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 Madison, sit. Hey. Oh, shoot. Go. Sit. Go finish your food. Go on. So, the one time you're on camera for this. Sit, Maddie. Sit. Sit. Madison, sit. Sit. Madison, sit. 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 Maddie, sit. Sit. Good girl. When you have this many dogs, cats, I don't know what else, there has to be some order. If you don't have that order, things can get very badly out of hand, especially with dogs that have been starved and fight for their food. I don't like that. So immediately, I have to take action. Yeah. That's kind of with people the same way, many ways. So 2 of our dogs get fed outside. That's for the cat. And let me bring Ozzy one more here. Ozzy. Easy. Okay. That's another thing I immediately teach any new dog that comes here. Whenever you're handed something, like food, to take it gently. Because we have children, grandchildren, other children here. They love to feed the dogs. That's one of the most amazing things for a kid. Oh, let's feed the dog. Give them treats. But if a dog goes, snaps it and grabs their hand, that's a problem. Right, Maddie? Yes. Maddie ate all the goodies. Now she doesn't want the regular food. Well, that's fun too. Cats. Let's go feed the cat. Yes. Isn't that something? So the other 3, and because, never a problem. When I'm here feeding the dogs, never a problem. And having Ozzy by myself, I can teach him a little something without the other ones interfering. We're going to go, hi, honey. Oh, I'd love to let her in, but she just has this way of staying in, hiding, and then peeing and pooping wherever she feels like. She's 15 years old, 16 years old. She was overbred, so she had all kinds of problems. Young, this, that. She's got a blue eye and a green eye. Whitefoot. My children said, Mom, she's got all white feet. Can't call her Whitefoot. Going, why not? So everybody calls her White Kitty. And, okay. So there's White Kitty. And there is Burlington. He is a great cat. Born and raised here. He was a surprise. His mom was teeny tiny. She came back one day and she was just, gosh, her back was just, dear me, just, she was just about torn apart. She made it. And then a few weeks later, without even anybody noticing, she gave birth to one kitten. One kitten. I fix all of our animals here, male or female, because so many of them are rescues, and we sure don't need to have more of them here. So that's what I do. And, yep, that's that. I heard Sage. They're all getting ready to want some stuff, too. In any case, oh, she's making her way. Did you have enough? Did you? She's very tame. Hey, good night. Yeah, one wonders. I mean, I wonder too. She poops. Got to clean up after her every day. But if I put her out there, the roosters, the other hens, they have a pecking order. And that's just what it is, yeah. God had his reasons for creating them the way he did, but she's in here, and one could say, oh my gosh, it's just a chicken. It's true. I feel the same way, really, when it comes down to it. Right, Maddie? Yeah. But, I don't know. It's kind of cool. I'm amazed she made it, but she definitely has one completely bummed leg. The other one seems to be okay. She should be laying some eggs, but she hasn't. No, a chicken doesn't need a rooster to lay eggs, my dear people. Misconception there. Okay, they're just not fertilized. So here I am going to get ready to go to the barn. Oh, wait. Huh. Gotta go again to the kitchen. Here's our little setup for Christmas. Little village with all the Christmas cards we got this year. Well, there's more, but these are I'll put these here. And I'm thinking about just leaving that. All right, too lazy to clean it up. One could look at it that way. So here's my piggy bucket. And as you guys just saw, wow, you're giving your dogs beer broths. And yeah, well, this is 2022, January 2022. I live in one of the poorest counties in the United States, most likely. Oh, they consider it that. I guess it just depends on what they base that upon. And I have all this. This is uncured turkey bacon. It's really good. I've got boxes and boxes and boxes out there. I've mentioned this before. I'm a good dumpster diver. Yes. And because I'm so good at being a dumpster diver, I got other people on board. And I get a call every once in a while. Now that I just stay home most of the time. Nope, I don't work anymore. I'm retired. Just taking care of everything here, which is plenty to do. And we get a call. We're going to get a truckload of food that will just be thrown out into the dumpster. A lot of it is perfectly fine to share with people still. And whatever I can't donate, hand over to someone else that needs it, a family, people, whatever. I feed my animals with it. These are they? Pop-Tarts, pretzel, chocolate. The piggies will love this. They got tired of the pickles. I had so many pickle jars. Oh, so, yeah, you know what? Even though people don't seem to be hurting for food, I have it ready here. Anybody shows up, says, you got any food? I always send people home with probably more than they want, because that's how much we got. Yeah. Anyway, so interesting. I think so. Oh, Maddie goes, ooh, I want some of that. You can have some. Oh, don't give chocolate to dogs. Okay, whatever. None of mine ever died. don't feed it to them on a daily basis or anything. But all the chocolate ain't going to hurt a dog. All that stuff about, oh, don't give this to dogs. Don't give that to dogs. Okay, whatever. Dogs are dogs. They have an amazing system to digest food. Rotten food even. Yeah. So, in any case, I'm not going to go and argue with people. Yep. People raise their own animals out there, this and that, however which way they want to. All right, they don't like the pickles. Someone ate the pickles out there, though. I bet you it was the horses. All right, what else do I put in here? I got... Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's use another jar of that. So instead of having to use corn and feed, I have all this stuff for my pigs. Slop that, sorry, that's the one way to open up a jar. That they love and are plenty healthy on, because they're free. They're not locked up. They can go out and dig for roots. They also have hay. They chomp down on hay like the horses do in the wintertime as well. So, and nothing goes to waste here. Nothing goes to waste. The only thing I will not do, for example, the brats, they're for the dogs. They're not for the pigs because they're pork. Pork. And, there. I won't feed them their own kind. I think that's unkind. That's not natural. So, but pigs are omnivores. So, there you go. Okay, ready? Ready to go. Okay. Here we go. Escargot. Come on, Maddie. Got to get out of this jacket. It's not that cold out there. We're going to get a gazillion snow. So, people wonder how I live here. I'm very open with my life. Well, probably most likely because I got nothing to hide. Right? Huh? There. Ready? There she goes. It's going to be quiet this morning without all the dogs running around my feet. Which, again, it's amazing to me on how that's our freezer there. It's plumb full still. Alright. Put my boots on. There we go. Got my gloves. Yes. Oh, gotta put my slippers up. Because White Kitty loves me so much that she leaves me presents in them. Okay. Well, I know about it, right? This has to stay locked. Ozzy knows how to get in, and he still, though he gets plenty of food every day, he still is hunting for it. And he will get in here and tear things up. So we don't want that. It's a beautiful day. Oh my gosh. We're looking at, in a couple of days, we're going to get some snow, ice rain, and all that. And got to get ready for that. Well, I'm ready for it. So, why did I start out with all the animals this morning? Again, in this group, Oh, wait a minute. Good morning. I can open this up. Hi, guys. You were locked in? I know. But nothing got in to disturb you either. Didn't hear a thing this morning, which is good. Yep, sometimes you gotta switch gears again. The pigs kept everything out of there, but something got in that is managing to get around the pigs and messing. Hey, good morning, boy. You happy to see me? Huh? Are you happy to see me? No? Well, that's funny. Compared me to a camel in this group this morning. I thought, oh, how nice. Thank you. Camels are amazing animals. What I found interesting when studying animals, which I did, on how God created them on every continent according to their purpose. Amazing. Just amazing to me. And a camel, of course, due to the fact that they can go without being watered, and they store water in their humps and stuff like that, they can go, they're perfect animals to have as a riding animal transported in the desert. Just amazing. So, of course, I wasn't compared in that group, in your group, by someone calling themselves, well, sounds like it's a reverend too. I don't know why reverends would talk like that. Compare me to someone going, huh, interesting. I wonder if he knows. Actually, he paid me a compliment. Camel is an amazing creature on this earth. I would say many different places in the world where there are camels, the people there would agree with me. And on how, even if their master is in dire straits, they find a way. Either they protect them with their body, because they're big, or they bring them to safety to an oasis or wherever there are people. Pretty amazing animals. They're gentle too. All right. I guess for every animal, if they're raised properly with a gentle hand and direction, they're good companions. Right? Yes. Anywho, so there is that. Yeah. Then in this group as well, I've mentioned this before in another video, the idea on how owls, for one reason, are an omen of evil. That doesn't make any sense. People, come on now. And there's one person who kind of, I have to say, of course he's a friend of mine, came up with the, man has used, for one reason or another, the existence of an animal to use it as whatever and start to kind of look at them in their own way rather than God's point of view. Man's point of view doesn't mean God's point of view. And when it comes to animals, that just doesn't make any sense. So, totally agree with you there, Scott. Thank you for mentioning that. And that's something that we should really have a good look at. Because in this group and in the congregation, animals seem to be something that can be abused through words and actions and used as a comparison to someone else's, life or this or that. That's not, as I said, I have no problems on being compared to a camel. I view that as a compliment. So thank you, Reverend, whatever you are. Though you didn't mean it that way. I took it that way. And then you gave me the food for this video. I saw the leader of this group also, or this congregation, this movement, his new movement, mentioned rabbits in conjunction with senseless and, how do you say? Multiplication of their species as if they were, and compared that to, I'm going, okay, it's a bad idea not to go and look up what an animal actually does. People who studied animals, know a lot about them, because rabbits in the wild, mate for life. Mate for life. So what do you want to persecute a rabbit for? That they have a lot of babies? And actually take really good care of their babies? Okay. You want to talk about rabbits in captivity? I raised rabbits here. Hundreds of them. Yes. If you keep them in cages, they are not acting like rabbits anymore in the wild, the way God created them. But I ended up being able to, had a pair left. And I ended up, raised them for food. Rabbits are really good to eat. And really good for diabetics. It's one of the meats, I think the only meat that doesn't affect their diabetic numbers at all. It's a safe meat for diabetics to eat. Anyway. But I had them in a very natural environment, and the mom and the dad, which you don't do if you keep them in captivity, you let them get together as male and female, and then you separate them out. Because either the father or the mother could kill the babies after they're born. But if they have the space and they can burrow down in whatever this and that, you should have seen how beautifully that mom and dad took care of their babies. Absolutely wonderful and beautiful to see. Yeah, yet you listen to someone who wants to make the rabbit into just a birthing machine, doesn't care who humps this, that. Now, that's not true. That is 100% not true. Yeah. So what else isn't true? Yeah, animals they're just being used as example. You want to use an animal as an example, then use it in the right way. All right, piggies. Piggies. Next, I also raised goats for many, many, many years. Now, I don't have them anymore because I had a little physical setback, and whatever I have, and I didn't get rid of them, they just kind of got old, ran its course. Liam's horns, our billy goat we had for 14 years, they are hung up here. Yeah, it's one of those things. I guess people could come here and go look and go, oh my God, they must be Satanists or something. Yeah. Not knowing anything except for that one. Huh? Oh, you want to see it? Let me show you. Come on, Liam. It's a selfie. We're taking a selfie here. Look at you. Oh, he's watching over the barn. Still watching over the barn as he used to. Look at that. He's a purebred Saanen. Yeah. You want to know the story of that purebred Saanen? I got a call from a friend here in our county. Hang on, I gotta put the... Hold that pot. Gotta put some hay out, let the guys out. They're gonna have to stay in for a few days. And they're not gonna like that, so I'm gonna let them out as much as I can until the snow, ice, I don't know what hits us. You ready? Hey, looking so good. Should have seen how that horse came to us. Anyway, so I got a call, said, hey, I got a goat. She had 2 babies. One of them is a female, one a male. I want to keep the female, but I don't want the male. She doesn't have enough milk to feed both of them. So, you want it? How old? 3 days old. Oh, 3 days old. Ah, okay. I said, well, he said, it's a purebred Saanen. Oh, that sounds really good. Didn't have a billy goat at the time. Was looking for one. Here I'm getting a purebred Saanen for free. Oh, yeah. But 3 days old, whew, that's going to be tough to keep that one alive. I went and got it. Oh my gosh, he was the cutest, little, sweetest thing. Oh dear me. Slept in the bed with me for 3 nights. January. And I said, okay. And, well, would you know, they never peed or pooped in the bed. All right, maybe I was just, sometimes when you hear on how babies are, Tommy, babies are already trained at a certain age, before, everyone going, huh? It's the parents sometimes are better trained than the child. Okay. Yeah, probably, most likely, same thing here. I was better trained than he actually was. Hang on, Sage. I think he's about done. Maddie, watch out! Madison, watch out! Okay. Another thing, even though I just called her out of the way of Charlie moving out, horses rarely step on anything that's in their way, especially something that's alive and moving, unless they're being attacked. So then after that, we had him in a crate, and it was crucial. A 3-day-old baby, a kid, goat, to keep it warm, because just like babies, they haven't developed yet, right, their own thermostat. So then after 3 days, he looked good. Ah, man, he looked good, And I had enough goats here. I could feed him the milk of another mother. And so that all worked out well, no problem. Then we kept him in the house for 3 weeks. No, he didn't go out. He stayed in the house for 3 weeks in a crate and running through the house. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun too. Yeah, there was a little cleanup going on. But our house is designed for stuff like that. And then after that, I put him in the barn. I put him in with another mother with babies, and she was fine with him being there. Goats aren't always okay with that. They are very protective mothers. And even with other kids, no. And you know why that is? I was like, oh, they're just mean towards other babies. No, it's about getting sick For one reason or another, goats know to not have their babies, not old enough yet, around other kids. Because goats, once they get an infection, they can get an infection very easily as babies. That's why they're born during the winter time. Because, yes, right, bugs, this all is down, less infection. Oh, Christmas comes down. Okay. Well, anyway. Oh, hey, buddy. I still have to let one other one out. Come on. Don't want to go out? Come on now. All right, so we got a little bit of a stubborn donkey. They are, but, oh, you guys see, all I have to do is pick it up. He goes, yeah, don't do that. Go on. It works for goats, by the way, too. You don't arm wrestle a goat. You don't. I don't care if it's and you definitely didn't arm wrestle Liam. All of our goats' names started with an L. We started with an L. Lacey was our first one. Lizzie, Lucy, Lizelle, oh my gosh, Liam. Oh, there were so many of them. Can't even. And yeah, it was amazing to have goats. Much easier than to have cows. And you get the milk, the butter, the soap, unbelievable. The meat. Billy goats aren't. You can only have one billy goat. Unless they're fixed. You can only have one billy goat with another billy goat that's breeding with your goats. And of course you don't want brother, sister, I don't know what stuff going on. There are specific rules. I just, no, we're not doing any of that. Right? So Liam was not related to any of the goats here that he bred with. Anywho, so the girls are sold. And the boys, if I didn't have someone that said, yeah, I want one of Liam's offsprings as a billy goat, I fixed them at about 2 weeks old. They were old enough then. And you just band them. It's not a big deal. It doesn't hurt them. It's not unkind or it's one way to, what you got here? A tick? No. Did you get scratched again by something, huh? Wow, you're even letting me check it out. That's good. Thank you, boy. He's getting more and more tame, which is really nice. Yeah. And then you could raise them after about 7 or 8 months. That's what that's for. Yep. You have meat to go in the freezer. Yeah. It's great. Yes, I know how to skin them. Take the innards out, this, that. And goat meat. Wow. You cook it proper. Oh my, it's so good. Oh, why castrate? Well, a billy goat, after a certain amount of time, growing up, he starts to secrete a stench you wouldn't believe. Oh my God, that was one reason to not even get close to that one. Right? Hanging up there now. Anyway, he was a great billy goat. He was to people, a scary billy goat. Not to me. I guess it's one of those things. They know who their master is. And I didn't. He had the run of the mill here, per se. Had his own place to go in and out. And got along with the horses great. They would all go for their walks. Interesting. I could write a book about the relationship this billy goat had with everybody around here. And how misunderstood he was sometimes. Yeah, I had to go and save some people up in the woods. He trapped them. Wouldn't let him get home. In 14 years, that billy goat, because he wants to play. He likes to play. He loves to play. Remember what I told you, how he grew up the first few weeks. Never hurt a person in all his life. Never, though people were plenty scared, trapped by him, this, that, he never hurt a person physically. Never. All right, there was one instance I warned the guy, wanted to wrestle him. I said, I wouldn't do that. He already was, he was only about 3 or 4 years old, in the prime of his life, per se. And the guy grabbed his arm and said, I wouldn't do that. And he said, oh, I think I'm stronger than. And he was a big old dude. And I said, okay. I said, you know what? I'm not taking responsibility for this. Okay, this is Liam, right? The guy grabs his horns. Liam, with one jerk, got his horns free, his head to the side, one horn down between the guy's legs, and pulled up. Now, Liam could have thrown that dude, but he didn't. He actually just used enough force, then he pulled back and walked off. And I had to look back and I said, well, I guess you better walk it off too now. That was the only time. And even there, Liam just taught the dude a lesson. He did not. Liam could have done a lot more damage if he wanted to. Yeah. That's Liam. We don't have his head and his horns, who were huge and beautiful. He was a beautiful billy goat, huge, beautiful billy goat with a wonderful personality. He would, when his ladies had babies, he wouldn't go with the horses on their walks. He'd stay right here, outside the window. He even helped me get one goat, didn't want to get in, though she was in labor, helped me nose her down here into the barn. Can you believe that? Yeah, that's what an amazing goat he was. Just unbelievable, amazing goat. There are many stories going around about that goat. Liam was an amazing male goat in an environment where he could excel to the best of his species. Yeah. We don't have him hanging up there because we're Satanists or believe that Satan has anything to do with a goat head or goat attitude or goat tail or I don't know what. Goat hooves. He's up there because he's still watching over us. Out of respect for a beautiful animal that we raised here, nurtured, and then he nurtured. Yeah. And never hurt one of his babies. Never. Always was inquisitive. Yeah, another one. Never hurt one of his babies or his damsels. Pigs. When people think pigs, they think dirty, nasty, rolling in mud. They roll in mud when it is hot and there are bugs out, this, that, and they kind of protect themselves that way because their skin's very much exposed often, right? Yeah, so that's like a covering. These two are Vietnamese potbelly pigs, which are edible, but they have been such a joy here, and we have them since tiny little babies, and they're both females, that they're not going to get eaten, most likely, unless things get a lot worse out there, then, yeah, one has to consider what's more important. Okay, right. They have a really open, free environment. They don't bother anything. They're actually quite good in keeping the chickens safer than I could do that without them, because my chickens are all free roaming as well. And but they're very clean. They're very clean. They pee and poop in one spot, even over there in the chicken coop, and to keep themselves very nice and clean. It's interesting, in the summertime, they get ticks, this, and that, and I see them each grooming each other for them. So, yeah. So I have some advice in this group. Please do not use animals, God's creation, for whatever you want to use them. Okay? If you want to teach people like I do that using animals for some kind of way to explain something that's very much outside of the realm of God's heart, and then that's okay. But to support vindictiveness towards True Mother having owls where she has them, which, by the way, owls are great protectors as well. Owls can turn their heads just about 360 degrees around. Okay, one way and then back the other way. Okay. Which means they can oversee everything. Their eyes are so big they can see at night and during the day, which is like, what a great animal to have somewhere to oversee. Because in my opinion, the owl was created, I can see you. I can see everything you do, 360 degrees around, day and night. You see? Just depends on how you view God's creations. You come up with the proper answer, with the proper stance. When certain things are being used as an enhancement of a place, of God's creations, of God's painting. And the animals, all of them are a part of that. Does that make sense? No? Just saying. You guys going to go ahead and do whatever you want. But again, if you just dig a little bit deeper, actually have, rather than just a theory, you have knowledge and practice, then you know. Then you can have a say. And then you can start to lead. Rather than react to things, you start to reflect, study, then lead. That's what a true leader does in the heavenly army. Right? Yes. Okay, that's what I wanted to share today. I was referred to as a camel. That's a first. I've been named many things. A camel. I'd say, oh, wow. That's an honor. Thank you. To be referred to as another one of God's beautiful creatures with amazing attributes to protect us here as human beings on earth. Have a purpose. Have an amazing purpose. Great. Nothing against that. All right? Yes. Still human, though. Okay. No matter how anybody looks at it. All right. God's love and blessings always. Now, we'll talk to you all another time. God willing. Could be my last day today. One never knows. Got to be ready for that, too.